person stops listening, two more people started listening. So stop it. Stop wasting my time. I don't care. This is why people really don't fuck with me, because it's a true nothing burger if you do. Clap, 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 clap at me. Now I'll punch up. I'll punch up to the Tamrat when she talks about me. I'll punch up. I was just mentioned on Jeff Lewis for my interview with Stu. Jeff Lewis mentioned my podcast and my name. I'll punch up, but I ain't punching anywhere else. Who cares? It's funny. We have this scene. Melissa Gorga says, you have a hard on for my husband. Jennifer says it's more like a limp dick. That Jennifer Aydin, she's a good girl. She's really funny. Melissa Gorga responds pretty funny too. Like, what? All right, we're going to lighten it up this season. We're going to lighten it up. I love this stuff with the Fudas. He's screaming at Teresa. I mean, we all know the Fudas apparently have a problem with Teresa this season, with Rachel, and, basically, he's saying you're the poster child for mortgage fraud. She's saying that was my husband. This Teresa, don't count her out. She's, she's hanging out with that Jennifer Aydin. Look, Marge and Aydin have good comebacks, right? Right? But this Teresa, she's not always so quick with the comebacks, but that was a good one, Teresa. It was your husband, Now, here's some problems I have with the New Jersey trailer, right? Now we have this whole thing about, Louis and Teresa are having problems, and Teresa just clapped back at all the divorce rumors. Listen to me. Now, I was told this. Here's, again, the thing about behind velvet rope. We just call it like it is. My understanding is a lot of the problems Teresa and Louis had, and I really don't, when I say to you, I don't get into the weeds, because if it doesn't happen on the TV screen, most of you listening don't get into the weeds. But have you heard this whole story about, like, at BravoCon, Teresa and her podcast host, they had the booth. Everyone has the booth and they're selling namaste bitches. And so Melissa, who is Teresa's podcast host, was late. This is all what I've been told from my multiple sources. She was late for the, selling the t-shirts, meeting the fans, and Teresa, went out eventually on her own, but, they didn't sell. You're supposed to be in the booth. Shit happens. I'm never late for anything, but most normal people are. And apparently Louis went absolutely positively ape shit. He went fucking-cotic on Teresa's podcast host. Now, of course, Teresa stands there like, duh. I'm friends with Tom Schwartz now. Duh. Teresa ain't going to speak up to Louis. So, so he's going off on the podcast host. And then that is now a thing. What that means for the future of the podcast, I don't know. But the point I'm trying to make here is, rumor is that's what a lot of their behind the scenes fights are about. Now, we see the trailer that, he spent all her money and bankrupt her. That's what Cabral says, that there's no peace in the house. This to me is partly true based on my sources, partly non-true. Let me start by saying something very basic and very clear, and I want to be very clear for the people in the back of the room, okay? Teresa and Louis are not having problems. Teresa and Louis are not getting divorced. Should they have some problems? Well, again, this is why I'm single. Because again, if you came into my, I know for richer, for no, till death do us part, sure. When I'm old, I want you to change my diapers. If you're not going to change my diapers and you're going to be out at the most fabulous restaurant in West Hollywood and Beverly Hills and want to be seen, then yeah, what's the point of being with you if you're not going to be there on my deathbed? So I believe in, for sicker or poor, but in richness, it'd help. You are not getting near my fucking money. There's nobody that I could fall in love with that I would say, here is the bank account, put your name on it. It's now joint. It's both of us. It's not possible. Now, if I meet you and you're Sutton Strack's ex-husband who comes out as gay, I'd love a joint bank account. You know what I'm saying? Punch up. Always punch up, guys. Punch up financially, too. So then my name is going on the account. Ooh, it is. But sadly, I never meet anybody that is wealthier than me, which isn't a humble brag or a brag. It's just what's the point of dating anyone? The point is, I'm in a really weird mood today. The point is, the point I am trying to make is truth and not truth. I think that, look, Teresa had a cooking show on a cooking channel on YouTube. Why? Well, probably because one of her many arch enemies, Carolyn Manzo, did, and she wanted one too. Well, when you see my little videos on Zoom, I do some in studio, but let me tell you something. This train is moving really fast, and you can say anything you want. Where's the guest? Where's this? Where's that? It's all about the bottom line. So if the same video of me with 12 bags under my eyes is making just as much money as the day I have on Teresa herself, we're going to do a lot of videos that cost $1 because that's called running a business. So, I mean, Teresa's cooking show that was heavily produced on YouTube cost a gazillion dollars to make. It costs a lot of money, and I know that for a fact. And now it has gone away, or it is going away. It's over. Bye-bye, Teresa. So Teresa Giudice cooking show, great. Listen, it doesn't translate. Do you know how many times a day I am pitched a side podcast? This one wants to do a second podcast with me. This one wants to do something. I'm telling you, I could just tell if, as Lori Grenier says on Shark Tank, it's either a hero or it's a zero. So yeah, Teresa Giudice cooking, I get it, but nobody wants to watch that. Nobody wants to watch that. My advice for Teresa and her podcast host, this is free advice. I'm doing a course with Sarah Fraser, and it's going to be a lot of money if you want help with podcasting, but just get over yourself and just talk about all the drama. If Teresa turned on the mic and she said, my brother ran at the ref and charged a ref and got thrown out of the game and is now banned from the school because he charged like an animal the ref because of his son, and talked about that, it would be a top-rated episode. And then next week, well, last night on New Jersey, the Sarge came for me, and here is my official response to the Sarge. If she sat there and talked about RHONJ or did the same recaps that I'm going to do, it would be a #1 episode. Nobody wants to hear about Teresa's cooking or this or that or her car breaking down on the side of the road for more than 5 minutes. That is what it is. That's just the landscape we're in. Do I know it all like Bethany? No, but I know this. So her cooking show is going away. So that costs a lot of money. So there's truth to the fact that Louis has some business ideas. He's an entrepreneur. And, what do I know? But the rumor is that the cooking show, it's either gone away or is going away. And it wasn't cost $1. So you make your own deductions. Do